Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
You can share this lesson with others.
Yes, yes, I am recording this lesson.
Now, what happened today? I'm going to talk about anattata. So we had a discussion on what is it called anicca, dukkhata. Today we are going to talk about anattata. It is called non-substantiality. Little bit with this, or what do we call no soul or no self entity, indestructible. Indestructible. So that's what called anattata. You know, Mamoru, after the Buddha's passing away, this problem, what is it called, problem of jiva, which is known as entity, became a big discussion in Buddhism. Big discussion. You know what happened? Eventually, when it comes to Emperor Ashoka's period, right? Ashoka king. So there was a very big group of right? Group of Buddhists claimed they were known as Uggalavadin. Remember this word. Hopefully next year you have to discuss this topic widely. Uggalavadin. Especially Arahatta Thera Mukali Utta Tissa wrote Abhidhamma book. Katha Vattu. Refuting Uggalavadin. You must just remember, as you are studying higher studies in Buddhism, Uggalavadin. So they brought it into a very developed, what is it called, concept. Very developed concept. Because they were talking about a subtle entity. A subtle entity. Very subtle physical part transmigrate. Subtle physical part transmigrate. They had a big argument, very big argument. So then Buddhist church divided. They strongly believed that there is some biological entity, physical entity, transmigrate when death takes place. So it means that it's not only the mind, it's also some biological characteristics. So that's why they claim that if you are a human being, you'll be reborn as human being, because human, a little bit of human jiva transmigrate. You know, especially Rahul, you remember the word jiva. That's what I put this word jiva, right? Entire Jainism written on this particular one. In Jainism, it's very important part, jiva. So jiva, they said that it's a bija, karmic bija. So that's why the Buddha did not have an agreement with Jainism when it comes to this. A lot of things agreed. Two things Buddha did not agree. Number one, extreme non-violent behavior. That the Buddha said it's not so easy for an ordinary person to practice. Nudity, don't eat roots, and wear the mask, right? And then so on and so forth. And then the other thing, ultimately, they also claim, but very subtle claim. They deviated from Brahmanism, Hinduism, but they also claimed there's a subtle something transmigrate, so they gave the word jiva. So jiva, the Buddha put parallelly, jiva is something, the Atman in Hinduism. Atman in the, so you have to see that one important thing here, right? Right? What do we see here when we look at this kind of thing? The Buddha, even last week I gave you, right? Remember the Sati I shared with you, right? That Mahatanha Sankhya Sutta, that how Sati claimed about, right, the Vijnana transmigrate. Right? You must remember, you must read my note. Vijnana transmigrate. If Vijnana transmigrate, they claim, what is it called? Something transmigrate. Clear? So the Buddhism, we call it what? Anatma Vadi. Vada mean dialogue. Vada mean debate. Vada can be argument. Anatmavadi mean
Philosophy.
is a because the Buddhism is a religion of, what is it called? Non-self. So this is a very challenging thing. This was very challenging thing to Buddhism, because even Buddhists after the Buddha's pass, in a way, try to claim there is something transmigrating. Right? So what happened? Okay, I'll just write, right? Soon after the Upasampada. Upasampada of Pancha Vaggiya Bhikkhu in Deer Park. Nigadaya Isipatana. Nigadaya Isipatana, right? The Buddha delivered. You can keep into your note. Buddha delivered, right? A sermon is known as Anatta Lakkana Sutta. You remember, all of you, please. Please remember. The Buddha delivered a sermon. It's known as Anatta Lakkana Sutta. Right? So, stated that what did it state, right? So, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. Anatta. Rupang anatta, Vedana anatta, Sanya anatta, Sankhara anatta, Vijnanam anatta. Please remember this statement. And you remember this is in where? In Mahavagga Pali, book of discipline. So Buddha empathically stated, mentioned, very straightforward. The Buddha mentioned that Rupang anatta, Vedana anatta, Sanya anatta, Sankhara anatta, Vijnanam anatta. Very easy way I'm giving you to remember. You need to support your debate, because this is very important. Please remember the word anattata is coming very much, even in relationship with the pre-Buddhist thought, because the entire pre-Buddhist thought depend on Atman and Brahman, right? The whole religious circle in India, depended on these two topics. Anatta, Rupang anatta, Vedana anatta, Sanya anatta, Sankhara anatta, Vijnana. Can you remember the story? Right? To Panchavagya Bhikkhu, including Venerable Kondan. Remember? This story very good if you can remember. Venerable Kondanya realized the Dharma, but he attained Sotapan, not Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahat. So the next one, next day, like that, one by one. When they attain Anagami, so the Buddha got all the 5 of them to come and sit down, delivered this sermon, Anatta Lakkana Sutta. And you understand something in the Dharma also, just for your knowledge sake, right? I'm giving you something for you to remember about Buddhism, realization of truth. According to Buddhism, need ultimately realize non-self. Non-self. You know, modern Buddhism, modern Buddhism, they try to claim that I am this, I am that, and all those kind of things, right? But ultimately, we have to understand we do not have that kind of self. So that's ultimate reality. That is ultimate reality. Have you got it now? You please remember this point. Is you can remember it very easily. But from the very beginning of the Buddha Sasana, the side of Buddha, I will put it, I got this message actually in the book that to the first five disciples, Kondanya, Vappa, Badhya, Mahanama, Asaji, right? If you can remember, right? Panchavagya Bhikkhu, right? Kondanya, Vappa, Badhya, Mahanama, Asaji. You know, Asaji, the youngest. Asaji is the youngest. Can you remember the story of Venerable Asaji? When
Yeah.
he was in Rajagiri, he met Arahanta Thera Sariputta. He was not Sariputta, he was Upatissa. And this Upatissa is a meditator. He meditated and meditated and meditated. And he was under Sanjaya Paripaj. You know the Sanjaya? He was a disciple of Sanjaya. Kolita and Upatissa. Kolita is Arahanta Thera Moggallana. Upatissa was searching truth. And he met Venerable Asaji. And then he sensed that, wow, it's a very special look. Very calm, very peaceful, very serene. And he watched everything, his behavior, and then talked to him, asked a question. Then Arahanta Thera Asaji said one stanza, Ye Dhamma Hetu Pabhava Tetang Hetu Tatagato Ah Tesanchayo Nirodho Evang Vadi Mahasama. When Upatissa asks, who is your teacher? How is he? What does he advocate? So this was the answer. Because he got enlightened. Understand now? Please remember. Ultimately, enlightenment means what? The moment you realize that there is no individuality, I, my, mine. When we say anattata, if I put it into the top right here, right? I, my, mine, our, us, so, right? If I ask, who are you? Say, I'm Rahul. See, self, right? Mamoru. If I ask, who are you? You say, I'm Japanese. I am Japanese. See, self. The concept, the notion, I, is very much there. This is my country. This is my wife. This is my family. This is my car. Do you know all those claiming? All those claiming happen due to this deeply rooted, what is it called? Self-belongingness. So it's very much there. It's very much there. So that's why the Buddha, when 5 disciples, when they attain the first 3 stages of emancipation, Sotapanna, Sakadagami, and Anagami, stream winner, once returner, and non-returner, when they attain those, right? Clear? Have you seen the note, Mamoru? Okay. Okay. There are several references in early Buddhist scriptures to the denial soul or self. Early Buddhist scriptures. When we say early Buddhist scriptures in Majjhima Nikaya, especially, and a lot in Samyutta Nikaya, and even in Anguttara Nikaya. These Nikaya sayings are very, very important. Nikaya sayings are very important. Right? In Anguttara Nikaya, Anguttara Nikaya, right? So what was the saying in Anguttara Nikaya, right? You know the khandas, right? Aggregates, rupa, right? Khandas. To claim that khandas I am. right? Rupa is I. Vedana is I. Sanya is I. Sankhara is I. So the Buddha denied. Like Rupang Eso Asmi. This is my body. Now you look at this statement, very interesting. All right. Mamoru, you take selfie. You take a camera or the phone and take your photograph. After that, you send it to all of us in Facebook. What is it called? This is the profile of Mamoru. So you claim that this is my body. You try to digest this doctrinal point, very, very important. When I look at my photograph, my physical body, you always claim that this is my body. It's not only actually conventional, it goes into, okay, look at carefully. So this is how, you know, I'll tell you something for you to learn about Buddhism, Dharma. Take simple example, very simple example. We are very proud. We are very proud. We claim. We claim. We compare. We discriminate. There are a lot. By looking at physical body. Look at. We criticize, we condemn, we discriminate over our body. You look at that. You see, it's a very common thing in all of us. Almost all the human beings, right? Has this claim. I show you early day. Have you heard Rahul? In India, what was the division? Aryan and Anaryan. A group of people in India, they claim that we are Aryans. Even today, it exists, right? You have there, right? Some people call we are Brahmin, right? We are Brahmin, you are not Brahmin. Rahul, are you Brahmin?
No, I am not Brahman.
You don't want to go to Brahma world?
I want to go the Nibbana.
You want to go to Singapore? Okay, very good. So you get Aryan and Anaryan, right? And it has gone into another direction. What is it called? Kanha Sukla. What is Kanha Sukla? Black and white.
Black and white.
So the people with one color, they claim that we are this. Other color, they claim that we are that. So there's a gap, disparity between these two communities. It is over claiming. You look at that. It happened over claiming. We claim that, what is it called? Oh, Rupang. This Rupang Esohang Asmi. Me mean what? Rupa. Me mean Rupa. Clear? So this is over. So that's what the Buddha. Do you know? In India, I just remember the disciple, right? Disciples of the Buddha, majority from Brahmin clan. Brahmin clan Mamoru, most of them. It is said that more than half of the disciples from Brahmin clan. It was not so easy thing because the Brahmins in India, they claim that because they were so nice look, even the appearance, their skin color, and then that became very, in a way, that relatively fairer or fair color. So they claim that we are superior than others. So that eventually, that's Rupang Anatta. So we claim that this body is me. I mean, this is my body, resemble. But the Buddha had, that's why even you can see, if you look at Vinaya rules, at beginning of formation of Sangha community, Buddha had to promulgate lot of rule to abolish claim for Rupa. Lot of monks, even especially the Brahmana clan, when they join the Sangha community, they try to claim over their, what is it called, physical appearance, because they try to form some notion. So that's actually very subtle claim. It's very subtle claim. So the Buddha said what, right? In Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddhism, no, cannot find which one you can say that I, your physical body, no. Your feeling also no. Perception also no. Then conditional factors also no. Vijnana. But majority in the world, people believed in that kind of thing. That kind of. That's why they went for a, what is it called, belief of God. Okay. In Simha Sangyutta, in Singha Samyutta, in Sangyutta Nikaya, right? It is that Buddha taught the doctrine of the recomposition and decomposition or dissolution of Rupa body. Can you remember this? In Sangyutta Nikaya, in some Simha Sangyutta, in Sangyutta Nikaya, the Buddha stated recomposition. Recomposition and decomposition or dissolution of Rupa. The physical body. Decomposition, no, decomposition of, dissolution of Rupa, the body. I share with you in Sati Sutta, Satipatthana Sutta, Majjhima and Digha Nikaya. Both Nikaya you come across Satipatthana Sutta. You know the Satipatthana Sutta, right, Mamoru? Discourse on foundation on mindfulness. Foundation on mindfulness. The Buddha said, let me This is, but remember, just for your knowledge sake, Setapi passeya sarirang sivatika chadditam ekaha matangva dviha matangva tiha matangva uddhumatakang vinilakang vipubbaka jatang. Right? What was the answer? Dead body. By 1, 2, 3 days. What will happen? Swollen. Discolored. Decomposition. 3 characteristics. Within 3 days. According to Satipatthana Sutta. Satipatthana Sutta. This is called in the chapter cemetery. It's talking about cemetery. What did the Buddha say? You claim that this is your body. You claim, you treasure, you consider, you discriminate, you count, you decorate, you nourish, you paint, right? Hiroko, you paint your body, right? When you go for party, you paint your lips, paint your eyebrow, right? Paint your hair, right? Claiming that this is my physical body. But what happened according to the teaching of the Buddha? Your body dead for 1 day, 2 day, 3 days time, swollen, discolor, vinilaka. The Buddha said, "What no matter whatever your color, it become like blue color, black color." Vipubbaka, decomposition, the shape change, the water coming out. Water coming out. So this is what? The doctrine of the recomposition and decomposition. Recomposition and decomposition. So this is in early Buddhism, early Buddhist teaching. You claim that your physical body is so deeply attached to a non-substantial, never change. But they said no, just by 3 days. Just by 3 days. So where is the self? Where is the soul? Right? Similarly, Vedana, feeling, and so on. Remember, if I take the last point as what? In Majjhima Nikaya Mahatana Sankhya Sutta, right? Right? Buddha maintained Vijnana is not to be regarded as the Atman, or not to be conceived as even a lifelong immaterial substance. You can look at this, very interesting. In Mahatanha Sankhya Sutta Majjhima Nikaya, when the one claimed that, what is it called? There is, what is it called? Permanent transmigrating consciousness. So the Sati, that monk claimed that this consciousness is everlasting thing. It doesn't change. If it doesn't change, so that's a soul. So it transmigrates. It goes from life after life. So that's why the Buddha said that you cannot even vijnana consciousness to be lifelong immaterial substance. Because if you think that this consciousness remains forever, so you take it as another something permanent. Something permanent. So the Buddha said what? Right? Okay, the same. Vijnanam anattam. You remember, physical body is very obvious thing because we know that the body changes take place to the body time to time. But then what about the mind? It's very subtle. It's very subtle. So the people cannot claim, right? People cannot claim. Clear? So let us see the summary today. This is what? Anattata. When you say Atman, it's a very difficult thing. We all have deeply rooted concept, this me, my, mine, my temple, my country, my clan, my this, my that, and all those kind of things, my name. So it goes so deeply. But the Buddha said that there's no self-entity for us to claim. And as I mentioned at the beginning, this has gone for a long discussion. At the end, a group of Buddhists originated by the name of Puggalavadin. Puggalavadin. But the Buddha from the very beginning, that's why we mentioned, I gave you an evidence. First sermon was Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. That had given them a little amount of doctrinal understanding. Then the Buddha went to talk about Anatmata. That is second discourse. The second discourse, Buddha talked to all the 5 disciples. It is known as Anattalakkana Sutta in Mahavaggapali, in the Vinaya Pitaka. There the Buddha said, Rupa Vedana Sanya Sankara Vijnana Anatta. The Buddha questioned the monks, 5 of them. It was so difficult thing because the Indian society, everyone believed in Brahman and Atma. It was so difficult, inseparable concept. So the Buddha had tough time. But when the Buddha delivered it, somehow it worked very well. But it took, right? He said that Anguttara Nikaya, right? So according to the teaching, right, cannot be found. It's gone long way, as I told you, Aryan and Anaryan, right? Even in the religion of the Buddha. Buddha had a tough challenge because because the caste system, the appearance of the people, this claim is they are very much in that. And also in Singha Samyutta, the Buddha mentioned about decomposition and dissolution of the body. And with that situation, the Buddha said that if you claim that Rupa, right? Rupa is something indestructible, it never happened. So the support has been rendered in Satipatthana Sutta. Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha mentioned that monks, when you go to cemeteries, you can see the dead body. Dead for 1 day, dead for 2 days, dead for 3 days. If the dead body is there for 3 days, you see what these 3 characteristics, Uddhumatakam, Vinilakam, Vipubbhagajata. It happened to this body, what Uddhumataka, swell. That's why sometimes you cannot identify the body. You know, people are sometimes when they discovered, I remember, last week, one family came to temple to transfer marriage to father. What happened? This father got a little bit of heart problem. He was driving a lorry and he got a little bit tiredness. He went to the Changi airport car park and he parked his vehicle, lorry, and he died. Only 3 days later, when there's no news, the son complained to the police and then given the vehicle number, and through that they were able to trace the vehicle. And then went there, the body was there. 3 days, even very difficult time, police has to get the family members to come and identify the body. Is this your father? Because changes within 3 days. So the Buddha said it happened to all of us. But we claim our body, we attach to our body, we think it, that's this, that, this, that. It's just a matter of 3 days. So this is how the Buddha tried to explain what the nature of our body. The third characteristic, anicca, dukkhata, anatta. So we continue next Friday, coming Friday. Who is conducting the opening it in the same, right?
Everyone can.
Then we have to assign somebody to do it.
No need to assign. Those start first. He can start the meeting.
And let Mamoru, you start, then I join. Otherwise, ask Rahul, Friday night, you come to city. Don't stay in rural village. Right? So what do? Two of you. You can buy air ticket. Air India has a very good ticket. You
Yeah.
can book it for 7 days or 14 days, right? So you can travel within 14 days, any number of time to any city. So what do? Delhi, Mumbai, Madras, Varanasi, Patna, right? Guwahati, Darjeeling. So you go, you take your laptop and then go in.
No, meeting will be properly conducted. No problem. Just start meeting before maximum before 5 minutes.
Right.
Meeting cannot be started means more than 5 minutes before.
Now I will arrange a air ticket for you, so you can pack your laptop and go to a city.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you can do it anyway. So thanks. Take this note. Thank you, Mamoru and Madam Hiroko, all of you, both of you. Safe journey to India. When are you flying?
On Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Morning.
What time?
9:40.
Which airline?
Anna. Anna.
What is Anna? Food?
No.
Only is
Japanese airline.
Japanese Air. Only one Airways. Anna.
Anna, okay. Oh, I see. How does it go? It go via Singapore in our sky, or which is sky? Sri
No.
Lankan sky, Bengal sky, or what? How many hours flying?
It is
Delhi.
via Delhi.
Delhi.
We have to layover of. It is a layover of one night at Delhi, and then after Delhi, then we will take Air India to Delhi to Nagpur.
Oh, I see. Both of you?
Yes.
All of three.
I see. Okay. When you go to Delhi, you can open laptop and connect us. You can see that. You
Okay.
can. Right?
Definitely.
Okay. So thanks. Okay, thank you. Namami Buddhang Gunasagarantam Satta Sada Huntu Sukhi Avera. Wish you all, everyone living in your country, Japan, Singapore, Sri Lanka, India, in the world, so much pain and suffering, difficulty. May the Triple Gem bless all the living beings. May we all be well and happy. Thank you. Good night.
Sadhu.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Okay, sharing, right? Is it?
Yes.
New share or
Save.
save? That we have to go to file, right? Save. Okay. Then go to desktop.
Yes.
I can't. Okay. Save, right?
Yes.
Stop share.
Yes.
Stop seeing you for 1 month.
Okay, I will try to connect if possible.
Yeah. Try lah.
Yes.
You buy a best laptop from Japan.
This is my best Apple laptop. But internet connection is important.
Then you can use your hand phone.
Basically, this my Indian Japanese SIM will not work there.
But Nagpur, very good city, right?
Nagpur is very good city, but I am living in a tribal area in Madhya Pradesh, Balaghat. That's why. There is my parent in the Balaghat.
You go there.
Yes.
How long we are going to be in Nagpur?
I will be there for 5 or 6 days. There is a marriage function of my relative in Nagpur also.
Okay, okay. See you, eh?